Thank you, Kim. Oh, those play groups. It brings back so many memories to hear you mention it. And I have to say, I remember thinking at the time, it was really the parents who needed a play group because there was so much competitive pressure on all of us parents. We really needed some time out. So who would have imagined all these years later that we would be here celebrating another part of our shared history, John and Kim? I am so glad to be here tonight, to be one of your many, many friends and admirers, celebrating with you and congratulating you on these 10 extraordinary years. So many great journalists in the room. I can't see all of you now with the lights, but it's just a wonderful gathering of people who practice journalism, who care about journalism, who support good journalism, and I have to say it's just heartwarming for me to be here. You know, we all lament, and we've heard this tonight at one point or another, the state of journalism in this country. We still do it. But you at the Pulitzer Center, you came along at one of those moments when we were really in serious despair. Newspapers were closing down. Budgets for reporting were being squeezed dramatically. Investigative units were disappearing in front of our eyes. And we had already seen, for years, we had seen the cutback in international reporting. We had been told, I remember being told, well, American audiences don't really care about what happens in other countries. But in establishing this center, this remarkable place, you created something dedicated to doing one of the most essential pieces of journalism that was missing at the time. And in making international reporting a priority, you set out truly to fulfill a need that completes the definition of journalism. It's been said already tonight, but I'll say it again. We can't understand the world unless we cover the world. We can't understand America's place in the world unless we learn about other places and learn about other people. That's why the work that you do, those 50, 100, and over the years, however many you've had, those young reporters and older reporters going out and to places that just don't have a light that is shown on the work that they're doing. It makes so much difference in the end. And it does strengthen our democracy. There's no question about it. There's no other country, I think, on the planet that sends reporters out the way we do in the United States. Yes, there are foreign reporters in this country reporting from other parts of the globe, but nothing like what we do in the United States. And that's why this center is so remarkable and so necessary. We at the NewsHour absolutely, yes, we pride ourselves on the kind of journalism we believe in the tradition of Robin, who I'm so happy to see here tonight, and Linda Winslow, who you've heard about, our former executive producer, who of course loves being on your board. And of course my amazing colleague, Hari. Where are you, Hari? Raise your hand and wave. There you are right there. But for all of us in the tradition of Robin and Jim and Linda and now Hari and of course Gwen Eiffel, my amazing colleague, journalism is it's a passion. We want to get it right. We want to cover the most important stories. There's always more than we can possibly squeeze into an hour. But that's what drives us, and we do stand on the shoulders of greatness in Robin and Jim Lehrer, who started it all. We want to be covering those stories of consequence. We want to be shining a light, as you do, in the dark corners of the world that we live in, so that people know what's going on. So our mission at the NewsHour and your mission at the Pulitzer Center really has dovetailed. We've really come together in so many ways. And I can tell you tonight that we have been able to look back on 6 years of collaboration, more than 60 projects we've worked on together with the Pulitzer Center, which is really kind of amazing. Stories like Larry C. Price's unforgettable Emmy Award-winning investigative reporting on health hazards of compressor mining in those Philippine gold mines. Larry brought to life, if for any of you who haven't seen that, and I assume most of you have, but he brought to life heartbreaking images of these workers doing terribly, horribly dangerous work, but doing it because it's the only work that they could find to make a living. We've also been part of, there are more than I can possibly take time to mention tonight. We've been part of cross-platform collaborations with multiple news organizations involved. The one that we did with USA Today on post-earthquake Haiti, the 4-part series that we worked on the modernization of nuclear weapons, and of course the Paul Salopek, the amazing stories that he's done. Hari was interviewing Paul in Georgia. We were just talking about, Hari was just reminding me what an amazing experience he had with Paul, and you multiply that times everything else. And we've done other reports from with Paul along the way, and we will continue to. But it's just in one story after another, you have enriched what we do. One of the other series we're working on together right now, The End of AIDS, in collaboration with Science Magazine and BuzzFeed. And if you just heard from Kim, just last night, the NewsHour used the video and animation that the Pulitzer Center had put together on the Panama Papers story. And as we were coming in, Emmy Pulitzer said to me, she said, a few years ago, news organizations, established news organizations, just didn't believe in collaboration. Now, we have to do collaboration. We are collaboration. That's what makes us able to do the work that we have to do. And I just want to cite something that both Linda and our current executive producer have I think captured so well in their comments what you do. Linda said to me, you provide a lot of things, but one other thing you do that I think many people don't realize is that cushion between funders and news organizations. Sometimes that's a tricky relationship, and you help make that manageable and possible. Sarah Just, who is our current executive producer, wanted to be here tonight and sends her congratulations. She said to me, the Pulitzer Center somehow works through today's competitive media landscape, and in putting these collaborations together, sees things that by definition are greater than the sum of their partners. Collaboration between news organizations is not easy, but you make that marriage happen, and for that we are grateful. In other words, you provide a model that no one else does. There's nobody out there doing exactly what the Pulitzer Center is doing. In so many ways, you enrich beyond measure our ability to tell viewers stories that they would otherwise never hear about. For that, we thank you, and we look forward to being here when you celebrate your 20th. Thank you.